Have you ever wondered how a woman with snakes for hair came to be? What could possibly lead to such a strange transformation? Let's look at the story of Medusa, a name that is both terrifying and fascinating. Medusa, according to Hesiod's Theogony, was born as one of the Gorgon sisters, the mortal sibling of Stheno and Euryale. Their parents, Perseus and Ceto, lived at the edge of the known world. Medusa was different from her immortal sisters. She was extremely beautiful, and even gods couldn't ignore her charm. Poseidon, the god of the sea, fell for her and desecrated Athena's shrine. Athena, the goddess of wisdom and warfare, was angered by this act and turned Medusa's beautiful hair into snakes. And so Medusa's beautiful hair turned into snakes, and she became a figure of fear. But what does it really mean to be a Gorgon? To be Medusa? Medusa's transformation is one of the most tragic and terrifying stories in Greek mythology. It's a change from beauty to horror. Medusa, once beautiful with her captivating eyes and charm, was turned into a frightening creature by Athena. Her hair became a nest of venomous snakes. But the curse wasn't just physical. It gave her a dreadful power. A single glance from Medusa's eyes could now turn anyone who dared to look at her into stone. Imagine how scary that would be, to be frozen forever, your last sight being Medusa. Medusa was banished to live at the edge of the world, far away from society. She lived in isolation, her only companions being her monstrous sisters, Stheno and Euryale. The world that once admired her beauty now feared her. Anyone who dared to venture into her domain would become a stone statue. The curse of the Gorgon was not just about physical transformation, it was about the loss of identity and humanity. Thus, Medusa lived alone and in despair, her once enchanting eyes now a deadly weapon. Enter Perseus, a demigod with a mission. Born of the union between Zeus and the mortal woman Danae, Perseus was no ordinary man. He was a demigod, a hero destined to perform great deeds. His first challenge was to slay Medusa. Fortunately, his divine lineage came with certain benefits. The gods, recognizing the gravity of his task, gave him gifts of extraordinary power. From Athena, he received a polished shield that mirrored everything it reflected. Hermes, the messenger god, gave him a pair of winged sandals. The most crucial gift came from Hades, the lord of the underworld, a helm of darkness, which made its wearer invisible. And let's not forget the adamantine sword, capable of severing Medusa's snake-infested head. Armed with these gifts, Perseus was ready. His task was dangerous, but he did not fear. For he was Perseus, son of Zeus, the slayer of Medusa. With gifts from the gods, Perseus began his journey to confront Medusa. The stage was set, the hero and the monster ready for their confrontation. In the dead of night, Perseus stealthily approached Medusa's lair. He understood the necessity of catching Medusa off guard while she was asleep to prevent her from using her petrifying gaze against him. There she was, her serpentine locks murmuring softly in her sleep. He clutched Athena's reflective shield, using it as a mirror to view Medusa indirectly and avoid her stone curse. With a pounding heart, he lifted his sword, and using the reflection in Athena's shield to guide him, swiftly beheaded her. Yet Medusa's demise was not the conclusion. From the stump of her severed neck emerged two mythical beings, Pegasus, the winged steed, and Chrysaor, the golden titan. Thus Medusa met her end, her reign of terror finally brought to a halt. But her tale persevered, embodied in Pegasus and Chrysaor, narrated through the heroics of Perseus, and resonating in the echoes of her story that linger to this very day. But what remains of Medusa? What is her legacy? After her death, Medusa's legacy lived on through her severed head, used by Perseus as a weapon. But beyond its use in battle, the head of Medusa held a deeper significance. In the ancient world, it was often depicted as a protective amulet. Today, Medusa's image has been immortalized in a different way. It has become the symbol of the famous fashion company, Versace. The brand's founder, Gianni Versace, chose Medusa's image for his logo, drawn to her powerful and evocative myth. In the end, Medusa's story is a tale of beauty, tragedy, and change. A tale that continues to be retold, reminding us of the power of myths and legends.